What's up out there? It is time to recap the last week of gameplay, which has been pretty much nothing but Slayer tasks. The amount of Slayer tasks that it takes is like, what, 30 or 40 or something like that. Whatever you need to get the Master Slayer gear just took forever to get done. So at first I started bouncing around, basically trying to do the easy tasks on Perilous Peaks, which was a lot of hunting greater dragons. I figured I could throw it on there, try to get it anything sub 100. I didn't want to fight like 400, 500 monsters because it just drags on longer than it needs to. But then eventually I started working in the Dark Waters monsters and farming that stuff out. So the first one I farmed off was Rockins, and then the next one that I farmed out was the Catull. So I do have, which I've got it equipped here, I do have the Shockwave crossbow on, and then we've got Ocean Song on the magic side. Now, I didn't really stress about getting the melee weapon too much because I'm using the Terran God Sword for the moment. Or actually, I'm using the Infernal Claws. I'll explain that here in a second, but I was using the Terran God Sword because it's got 8% damage reduction. It's got that nice big hit to it and everything. So it's just as good as the Infernal Claw with the Dragonfire Shield. In fact, it might be a little bit better as far as damage goes. So I had that. It's a little bit slower on the attack though. But the reason I was using the Infernal Claw is the ancient relics. So I was trying to complete the various ancient relics to get all of these done. And there was a couple of them that were right at the very edge of being finished, which was Strength, Attack, and Slayer. So now I needed melee accuracy. I needed one relic to finish this off. So now I have the final attack mastery, or master relic, which is apply -1% melee evasion to the target per hit, stacking up to 30 times and lasting until the end of the fight. So you'll see that. I think you see that popping in here somewhere. No, I guess you don't. Is that just melee evasion? Okay. So I'm guessing that maybe it doesn't apply to these monsters because they're magic. I'm not sure how that triggers, because like this magic one triggers no matter what. Magic critical hit chance, that shows up no matter what. This strength one shows up no matter what. But I guess it applies, but the magic one doesn't apply, which I don't understand because I don't have magic on here. So I guess what I'm saying is I don't understand why I don't see this one showing up, even if it doesn't do anything. But I don't know, whatever logic there is, this might be if you only use melee. I'm not sure. Don't really care. I wanted to get this completed because once again, going forward with everything into Throne of the Herald, I wanted to set this up as close to success, if you want to call it that. The strength one is done, so now we apply 1 stack of rage to self per attack turn, stacking up 10 times and resetting at max stacks, which, is that what this is? Rage? 1 stack gain per attack turn. That must be the rage stacks, I'm guessing. You get 10, does this reset? So it speeds up so it resets. Is that what that is here? Strength and resetting at max stacks. So that must be that rage that's counting up. Defense is too far off. I need 2 more of these to go. I would need to let defense run for a while. I could do that if I'm grinding on something, certainly, and let this one go up. I need to mentally remember that I don't have all the relics for this one and to get this, so that this one gives you gains up to 150% evasion rating every 2 turns, last 2 turns. I don't know that I really care about that, but it'd be kind of cool to get the rest of these just to have them completed. We've got all the hit point ones done, which is that -30% damage. I believe I've already got all the ranged and magic, so those are done, and I clicked off of that. And then we finally have, we've got all the prayer ones, and we've got all the Slayer ones. So this bypasses all Slayer area item requirements. So once I hit 99 Slayer, because you will always receive an ancient relic at level 20 and level 99. So I had like half a XP bar to go to hit 99. So regardless of whether I got the final relic I needed or got it at level 99, I was getting one. So I let this, that was the first thing I tried to do, is to get Slayer up to 99 and then work on the Slayer task so I can get my Master Slayer gear. So that's all done. I've got all that taken care of. So we're good. Then it came time to start figuring, let's see here. 99 Slayer tasks. We've gone through the relics that I got. I ended up selling off all my Slayer area gear because I don't need that. I don't have that requirement. So that freed up some bank slots. That was like the climbing boots and stuff like that. My Master Slayer task done, Master Slayer gear done. We've got Ocean Song and Shockwave crossbow. So then what I did is I started coming over here into Archaeology. In the meantime, I believe since the last video and this video is when I did my video about hit points. And I learned a few things in the hit point skill. And one of those things is that these gems, now there's no upgrade button to here, but, and I don't know if that's because of this game mode or if I just need to do something to unlock it, but these all upgrade into something else that goes with, let's see, where's that at? This thing here. Oh, this has got the upgrade button on it. So this combination fury gem, this is something I did not realize I needed until I did that hit point video. And I was like, oh, hey, this affects hit points. I need this because it affects more than just hit points, but I found it in the course of doing that. And I'd gotten this in my standard account and I totally forgot about it. But basically you need to get all these different gems. I guess the poison gem isn't part of it. That's why it's not showing up. But you need to get all these different gems and you need to combine all this stuff together to make this thing. And I might try to get 3 of these. I'm not sure. The cool thing is this gives you -3 max hit points for the target. Now you don't get the doubling loot and combat, but then you also get a hit point bump. You get +5 damage to Slayer task, Slayer coin, or +5%, +5% damage to dungeon monsters, and +4% damage to combat area monsters. This thing would be huge to have 3 of going forward into Throne of the Herald. That would be awesome. So this is going to be the next thing that I try for. It's going to be a goal that I'm going to have. I need to, there's a lot of archaeology that needs to be done. Number 1, I'd like to get to Melantis, which Melantis is at level 118. Number 2, you have to capture like the lifesteal gem and stuff like that. There's a whole bunch of these gems. So I've started rolling these things perfect and targeting the gems that I need to get and then running those. And then I realized that I needed to get some other parts for these. Let's see here. This one, see, isn't the lifesteal gem part of that? Where's that one thing? Is it only this one that has the upgrade button? Oh no, it's certain gems. Okay. So there's gems that I just don't even have. All right. And it's probably coming from certain dungeons or something. All right. So I'm actually going to try to get this grind done. And the reason I'm on this trickery temple right now is I'm trying to collect up some of these, not the barrier god shards, but the exalted shards, wherever those things are. I threw them in here earlier. Yeah, these things here. Barrier exalted shards. So you may be wondering why I don't just jump into impending darkness, beat it, and go on. Okay, I don't want to do that at this moment. I know I probably could. I know I'm geared for it. I know I'm ready to do it. The problem is if I don't stop and get the Atlas of Discovery stuff now and try to get that combination gem, I'm not going to bother with it. It's just not going to happen. So that's why I'm going to focus on this now before I beat this. So beating Into the Mist was huge because you get this passive slot and that lets you equip stuff. Beating Impending Darkness does nothing for me except unlock the next expansion. And as soon as I get to that expansion, I'm going to be able to take all these skills to level 105 or whatever. So I'll be able to upgrade everything and I'll just ignore all the Atlas of Discovery stuff and move right on into the next stuff. So I figure if you might get a pet or something, like I don't really think there's something extraordinary that I get for Impending Darkness. I get to move forward with the campaign and start the grind on the expansion side of things. And I'm just not ready to move into the expansion yet. I want to get some of this base game stuff done first, which means upgrading all the god gear so we can do the crystallized stuff. And if I'm going to upgrade a little bit of it and spend the time doing this grind for all of this, I may as well just get it all upgraded and go from there and then have this stuff in Impending Darkness or upgrade as much of this as practical. I may not upgrade all of the god gear, but I'm going to upgrade as much of it as is practical because pretty much once you get in, here's the rub. You need this, you may or may not need might not be the correct word, but you should have the crystal gear to go fight the crystal monsters and stuff like that that's in the Slayer areas, because you have to deal with all the crystallization and everything. This gives you a chance to dodge the crystallization, and I know I have immunity basically from taking damage from it, but I'd like to actually dodge it. The cool thing is once you get the upgraded version of this, you can actually apply crystallization. So if I'm going to go into Impending Darkness, I kind of wanted to try this gear out anyway. If I can get that combination gem, get this stuff upgraded, that's going to make Impending Darkness like a total cakewalk. I think. Anyway, I don't know if I don't know how, it's just a lot more grind to it. And like I said, I'd rather get this grind because I need a lot of imbued Dragonite bars. You need a lot of these barrier exalted shards, siphoning barrier gems. We're going to need a bunch of those, which I do have one now, so I can get these from this dungeon as well. So I basically queued up a bunch of unicorn and dragon tablets, summoning tablets, and I found this barrier eroding amulet in here. I got the barrier eroding ring. I think that's what all drops. I think I've got everything out of here now. So we got barrier exalted shard. I've got that. Oh, I don't have the summoning's defender, and maybe I did get the barrier burn shield, but we'll need some dungeon gems. In fact, what's the dungeon gem do? Is it any helpful? Where is it at? Sort. Oh, I do have the summoning defender. Summoning attack interval, I don't think I want. Where's that dungeon thing? It should be right here. Just spell it out. This thing right here. 5% damage to dungeon monsters, which would be great, but I guess this is, well, yeah, because I guess I must not have any of these other gems. These probably all come from other dungeons. I have to look at where those come from. See, this is the thing. I've only played Atlas of Discovery through the one time, so I don't really have it ingrained into memory as to what comes from where. But anyway, and actually, we could probably go ahead and equip on that other amulet. But anyway, that's what I've got going on right at this moment. I'm going to be trying to get all this gear upgraded, or enough of this gear that I can grind out these crystal things, because you need to worry about these guys for a specific a drop. I can't remember what it is. Maybe it's that pure binding dust. I can't remember. There was something I needed to get here. It's probably that pure crystal binding dust that I need. I don't think it was, yeah, these are just crystal binding dust. And I don't exactly remember what I needed them for. That wasn't imbued bars. Oh, it might have been the crystal gear. No, I think I've already built this. Already got that. Was it crafting? There was something that needed it. I don't remember now. Anyway, I needed it for something. I don't remember what. The Atlas of Discovery has so many things layered on top of each other. You can't get this until you get that. Then you got to get this before that. You know what I mean? Like, you have to daisy chain so many things together. I looked at all this earlier. Now I don't remember what I needed it for, but for some reason I was thinking I needed to go farm those guys out. I'm going to work on this stuff. I'm going to try to get some of this god gear upgraded, and I'm going to try to get that amulet or that gem picked up, the combination Fury gem. I'll try to get that done. I should get Fury of the Elemental Zodiacs while I'm at it, get that knocked out. But at any rate, that's what I've got going on. That's what I'm working on right now. And I am going to get that stuff done before I move on to Throne of the Herald. That does not mean that I'm going to worry about getting 120 in cartography and archaeology. That means I'm going to get 118 in archaeology, clear out Melantis, get some of the Melantis stuff because I don't remember what it all is. And then I want to get this combo gem picked up and whatever other little bits and pieces along the way that comes up. But I'd like to get that much done before I beat Impending Darkness and go into Throne of the Herald. That way I don't have to worry about switching out gems because, well, I mean, I guess I could maybe use the poison gem or something like that. Like, these gems are cool and all, but that combination one, at least one of them would be great to have. So anyway, that's what I got working on right now. And that will do it for this video. We will catch you on the next one. Take care.